want to talk about the three major fad diets that I've been seeing for like the last couple of years, and it's basically I'll start with veganism. Veganism is a good diet to lose weight if you're overweight. It's better than the standard American diet because you're going to be eating a decent amount of vegetables, getting some micronutrients from there. But I think there's definitely some shortfalls in veganism, especially if you're not like super on top of your diet and supplementing correctly and making sure all your T's are crossed and I's are dotted. So number one thing is you're gonna have a hard time getting your vitamin D levels in. You're gonna have a hard time getting your vitamin B levels in. Hard time getting your iron, your protein, a couple of the micronutrients, and of course protein as a macro. It's not impossible. You could definitely supplement a lot of that stuff. You could get hemp protein for your protein intake. You eat a lot of tofu, tempeh, paneer, all that stuff. But it's not the most optimal way to get your protein. Even the amino acid breakdown on a lot of those plant-based proteins suck comparatively to meat. But it's not a terrible diet, but it's not the most optimal in my opinion. And that's for the reasons I just stated. The second diet I'd like to address is keto. And keto is, again, good weight loss diet, especially if you're trying to lose 10 pounds in a week. What happens is if you stop eating carbs, every gram of carb holds on 3 grams of water. So once you stop eating carbs, you're going to lose 3 grams of water for every carb that leaves your body. So you're going to end up losing a lot of water weight initially. You'll get a lot flatter, a lot less bloated looking. But over time, not even over time, as soon as you stop eating your carbs, you're going to notice in the gym your lifts are going to start going down. They're going to be detrimentally affected by it because your body's just not storing glycogen. If your body's not storing glycogen, you're not going to be as explosive. You're not going to have that extra little kick in the tank. And it's going to affect your workout. It'll level off eventually and you'll start making gains again. But the second you put carbs back in, you're going to see a 8-10% increase in your numbers. It's pretty crazy. Similar issue with carnivore, again, because you're not getting any carbs in really. Some people do carnivore with fruit, which I think is actually a pretty solid diet. There you might miss some micronutrients like vitamin E and K from some of your vegetable sources. But if you're eating organ meat too, you'll probably get a lot of that from like liver and heart and stuff like that. I don't eat organ meat, to be honest. I think it's disgusting, but that's why I eat vegetables. But yeah, carnivore without vegetables, again, is similar like veganism. You're not going to have that glycogen stored. You're going to see a lag in your workouts. Eventually, again, you'll start getting gains again. And once you add carbs back in, you'll see an increase in your workouts as well. And then also, like I said, there's some issues with some of the micronutrients, getting them only from meat. It's a little tough. And if you're adding fruit in, it's a lot better. You're getting a lot more vitamin C, a lot more of just glycogen for your workouts and sugar to fuel you throughout the day from a healthy source, a little bit with fiber, stuff like that. But I think overall, the best diet you could have is somewhere between a mix of veganism and carnivore. You want to eat a decent amount of meat to get your protein intake in, get your iron in, get your vitamin D, B. Milk also helps. A lot of dairy helps with vitamin D if you're deficient in D, which like 85% of the country is. And then I think you should also eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of fruit. You need to get your whole foods in. Even rice and other good grains. If you're in the gym lifting, you need to eat these just to help you restore some glycogen to your muscles, backfill that glycogen. So when you go again the next day, you're not dead, you're not depleted, you're not flat. Especially flat, because that's what happens if you're not eating any sugar. You get flat in the gym. That's the best word to describe it. So if you got any questions or any other diets you want me to break down, I'm all ears. And the main thing is eat real food, because if you're eating processed food all the time, you're going to feel like shit, you're going to fucking look like shit, and you're going to perform like shit. And you don't want to be shit.